Hello and welcome everybody to today's webcast. It's about Ethos Web with Microsoft Dynamics AX, and in this webcast I want to tell you a little about the architecture of the product and of the whole scenario, as well as I want to give you a little tour on a web shop here. Let's start out with the architecture. We have on this system Microsoft Dynamics AX 2009 running with the .NET Business Connector and an AOS for the communication. On the front end side, we have the .NET Nuke, which is a .NET-based CMS system that will serve as a portal for a web shop. And in the middle of these two, we have the Ethos ERP connector service, which is basically doing the communication between those two components and is also doing the processing and serves as a storage for all the configuration that needs to be done to get this shop to work. From front end to the ERP connector, we have a message queue communication. While we do the communication with Microsoft Dynamics AX over the .NET Business Connector, which is then using the AOS, the Application Object Server, to do the communication with the backend system. On our demo system here, we have everything installed on one single image. Of course, in a live environment, that would be slightly different. For example, the front end could be hosted or could be put in some DMC. But for simplicity reasons, we decided to have that on that demo system all on one image. So much for the architecture, I guess. Let's start out with the tour on the shop. As you can see here, we have on the shop global navigation where you can go to the My Account information, do the login, open up a contact form to get in contact with the shop owner, see the baskets, and so forth. This could be extended, of course. In our shop, we have these categories here. On the left side here, you can see the catalog navigation. In our case, on the demo shop, we only have 3 categories here. That's screens, speakers, and accessories, with one subcategory each. In a live environment, of course, that could be extended. You could have sub catalog categories, and are pretty free in how you want to design your catalog. As said, for now, we only have these 3. Then what we also have is this jQuery element here. For promoting certain articles, you can switch the view here. And it's basically a means of marketing. And underneath that, we start out with also promoted items that are placed on the start page. And you can add them to the basket from right here. Also, you would be able to go to the item details from here. And you can see some other information, like the payment information and so forth. These are basically all modules of .NET Nuke modules that are just placed on a sites template, which makes it easy to copy the pages or put additional functionality on the page. You may also notice that I'm not logged in yet. That means I'm an anonymous user right now. Still, I'm able to start the shopping already. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to try to purchase some LCD screen. Let's purchase 2 of them. And I just click on Add to Basket. And all this information that you see right here on these promoted items that you see on that page, this information is coming straight out of Microsoft Dynamics AX. It's not synchronized data. It is calculated right in Microsoft Dynamics AX, which keeps it up to date at any time. So now we've added that to a basket. Let's check that out. We open up the basket. Okay, here we got 2 LCD monitors. You also would have the possibility here to delete that line or to go to the item detail page again. Here we are on the item detail page. We have a little image up here. That image information is stored in the front end. It's basically a link to an image. Then here we got the item number, the item name, and the long text description. And as I said, the price and also the availability, that is all already created in Microsoft Dynamics AX. That means on the fly, we're requesting that data from AX. And that also means that we can hook up with any given functionality that's already implemented in your ERP system to calculate prices. For example, if you have customer-dependent prices as such, we could easily hook up with this calculation formulas and calculate the prices dependent on customers, for example, on the fly during the postback. Same thing for the availability. There we could also calculate that based on the already existent availability calculation in your ERP system. So there's no need for us to reinvent or re-implement all these functionalities on the front-end side, as we're not synchronizing the data from the ERP system to the front end to implement our own front-end business logic to calculate that. We're just making communication directly with Dynamics AX, and from there we let AX calculate this. Okay, let's see, we want to have a decent home entertainment system, so what we're gonna need is we're gonna need some DVD player too. So let's navigate there. Here we are on the DVD players, and you can see here, this is the second level in our catalog, where we have attached to the subcategory classes, we have attached the items. And that means that we can show a list of items, and in our case, this list of items is all associated with the category DVD player. You could also navigate through here. I think we don't have more than one page of items here. If there were more than, in our case, 10 items for DVD players, only 10 would be displayed, and then we could navigate to the next page up here. We say we want to have that silver DVD player, and since we bought already 2 screens, we're also going to purchase 2 of those DVD players. We're going to add them to the basket. Okay. And let's also go to the speakers, because we still need some sound for our entertainment system, I guess. Okay, let's go to the speakers. Oh, that looks awesome. So I'm just gonna get me 2 of these. Add that to the basket. And now, okay, I see that that's not a speaker actually, it's an MP3 docking station. So I have to delete that again. I want some speakers. So I go to the basket. Okay, that's the MP3 docking stations. Get rid of that. Pretty expensive though. Anyways. So, okay, we got rid of the docking stations and we go back to the speakers section. Still, I'm all anonymous. That means I'm not logged in yet. Okay, here we are. Not to make sure that I'm not doing this, selecting the wrong item again, I just go to the item detail page here. Home theater system 2.1, that sounds good. Okay, I think that's about the thing I want to purchase here. And I also get 2 sets of them. Add that to the basket. Okay, let's see. What do I have here? Right, that looks good. I have 2 screens, I have 2 DVD players, I have 2 sets of speakers here. I want to finish up the basket now. To do that, I will have to authenticate myself. That means I have to either register if I'm not registered already on the shop, or I have to log in with my valid account. And you can see here, you'll be redirected directly to the login screen, and here you have the possibilities to either register, which will then allow after the registration to continue your shopping or continue with a basket checkout, or you can just simply log in, and if you have forgotten your password, you could say reset your password, and that would generate a random password and send that to the email address that is provided with your contact, with your already existing contact. So I'm going to log in here as Mike B and type in my secret password. I'll log in. Okay, so here we are now at the basket. You can see we have a summary of the basket up here with the lines with the single item price and the line amount. We have the VAT. And what we have to do here is we have to decide how do we want to pay, and we're going to pay on wire. That's all configurable, and all this information is also coming straight out of the ERP system. So we're going to use FedEx as a delivery mode. I could also change the delivery address here, but I still live in London, so I'm just going to keep it that way. And now we're going to get redirected to the final summary of the basket, where we can see all the information that we provided in a non-editable way. And what we have to do here is we have to confirm the GTC to proceed with the checkout. If I would not select that or check that box down here, I would be brought up a message that I have to confirm the GTC before I can proceed. And let's go to Finish Basket. Okay, basket checkout is done. Go back to the home page. Now, the big advantage that we have here is that this data of the basket checkout is not simply stored in the front end, where we have to synchronize that over some polling mechanism or some scheduled tasks. It's live communication, it's on-the-fly communication with the ERP system, so this data is already in the ERP system now. So let's have a look. We can decide with this product to either turn a basket into a quote or to turn a basket directly into a sales order. In our case, we've configured that in a way that we can turn that in a quote only. And here we are. That's our quote down here. Mike with the WQA 0000082. And you can see here on the quote we have our two screens, we have two DVD players and our two sound systems. So what we could also do here is we could already go into the My Account section, and there we can see some historical information like the open orders or the shipped orders. We could change the password. We could also change the delivery address, for example, or change a phone number and email address. So let's check out the open orders. And there you see we already have our recently posted basket in here. That's the quotation that we have down here. And we could have a look there to see what exactly we have ordered. And there again, you have a little overview on the basket. From here, you could again directly navigate to the item detail page to see the specific information for that purchased item. Well, yeah, that's about it for the tour today. I hope you got a little insight into a product, and I will soon come up with some additional webcasts on that issue. So thank you very much for joining.